This week's question comes from Denise Barker of Port Coquitlam. She would like to know what the difference is between open and closed mortgages and fixed or variable rate mortgages.
Well, Denise, that's a really great question. Normally, it gives a lot of confusion to a lot of people. Let's go with fixed or variable. On a fixed or variable rate, fixed rate means that you're going to get an interest rate on your mortgage for a fixed period of time, either 1 year, 2 years, all the way up to 10 years. So that means that regardless of what happens in the market, regardless of what the government of Canada is saying about bank rates, whatever the banks are saying about bank rates, you're untouchable because you have a fixed rate. It's closed for that period of time. And that's a fixed rate close. I should emphasize that. On a variable is tied to the Bank of Canada prime. So different source of money. And so what happens is that the Bank of Canada uses this variable rate or the prime rate to kind of fluctuate as opposed to what's going on with the economy. So if the economy is going downwards and they need to have some activity going on economically, then they'll lower the interest rate so people will spend some money. As the economy starts recovering and starts moving up and there's a certain amount of inflation starting going on, then they'll raise that rate to kind of keep a lid on it so that it doesn't get out of hand. So that floats up and down. So that's what a variable rate means. And so when you've got a variable rate, it's going to be tied to the prime. You can have a variable at the prime, you can have a variable minus 0.1 or minus 0.2, just like we were talking about, but the variable will float with that prime rate. The difference on an open and closed is that on the open rate, if you had an open rate, that would mean that you'd have a variable or an open based on the prime. So that would mean that if the prime is 3, you're looking at anywhere between 3.5, which would be a half above prime, to 1 above prime, which would be 4%. And the reason why you would take that is there would be a number of things happening. You know you're going to win the lottery. You know that for a fact, so you're going to take it open. You're going to get an inheritance, so you're going to pay it off really quickly, so you don't want any penalties. Or you're going to sell your home, so therefore you want to have it open so that when your home sells, there's no payout penalty at that particular point in time.
You can always get more information by visiting billymac.com. That's Billy with an I, not a Y, mac.com, or by calling Bill at 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.